on 97.4 and 97.6 FM.
This is Radio
Sri Lanka.
An important announcement from HDFC Bank. A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security. Call 0718 800 999. HDFC.
In a few moments, the news.
A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security.
This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. .45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by Danushka Madhavala and read by Sharifa Tahir. Headlines. The President has decided to go among the people to give swift solutions to their grievances at the village level. The President emphasizes that education is the government's top priority. A change of the new lane law from today. The Parliament will gather at 10 a.m. In foreign news, COVID death toll in the US passes 200,000. In sports, Barcelona agreed to sell striker Luis Suarez to Atletico Madrid. News in detail. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has decided to go among the people to give swift solutions to their grievances at village level. The President hopes to witness himself the difficulties suffered by fellow citizens firsthand and listen to them in order to relieve them of their burdens with a correct understanding. The Haldamulla Divisional Secretariat Division of the Badulla district has been selected for the first inspection tour. The public gathering will be held at Kumaratana Vidyalaya, 100-acre village, Haputale, on next Friday, the 25th of September, beginning at 10 a.m. While touring the country during the presidential and general election campaigns, President Rajapaksa came to realize that people in remote areas suffer a great deal due to a number of long-drawn, unresolved economic and social problems. Issues pertaining to livelihood, shortage of lands and houses, unavailability of undisputed deeds for lands, inadequate health and transportation facilities, shortages in school and other educational issues, inaccessibility to drinking and farming water, elephant intrusions, difficulty in selling their produce were some of the major difficulties identified. The inefficient and lethargic conduct of the public institutions, which are entrusted with the task of identifying and solving the issues of the rural communities, is another prominent problem. The President's inspection visits to the villages are organized giving priority to the people. The expenditures relating to these tours are kept at minimum possible levels. Officials from Colombo will not accompany him. When solving the issues, public officials in respective areas will be involved. People are requested to apprise of the President their grievances at these public meetings. The objective of President Rajapaksa is to provide solutions for the public issues on the spot in every possible circumstance. The issues which will take time to solve will be noted down for future references. The selected Haldamulla Divisional Secretariat has 2 Grama Seva divisions where 222 families reside. Their main livelihoods are paddy, black pepper, cinnamon and chena cultivation. There are only 17 students receiving education at Kumaratana Vidyalaya, the location of the public gathering. President Gotabaya Rajapaksa says that One of the top priorities of the government is to formulate and implement a strategy that will cover the entire process from early childhood education to tertiary education in order to ensure that future generations will choose the right path for them and their future. The President emphasizes since early childhood, development and primary education are the most stages in a child's life, special attention should be paid to that aspect. President Rajapaksa made these remarks at a discussion held at the Presidential Secretariat recently on the future activities of the State Ministry of Women and Child Development, preschool and primary education, school infrastructure and education services. The government is also focusing on setting up special education units at the district level to develop the skills of children with special needs in order to socialize them. Mr. Basil Rajapaksa said that families with such children should be supported with financial assistance to protect them from being the victims of psychological and economic collapse. The need of passing the necessary legislations by an act of parliament to establish a national committee on women for the benefit of desperate and victimized females was discussed in detail at today's meeting. The attention was drawn to expedite the adjudication of child abuse cases and to provide closed court facilities to take testimonies in a manner which will not disrupt child's well-being. Sri Lanka Police informs that only public transport buses, school service buses and office transport van and buses will be allowed to use the bus priority lane from today onwards. SSP Jalia Senaratne, police media spokesman, announced this is at a press conference held at the police headquarters yesterday. Accordingly, three-wheelers and motorbicycles are to use the second lane on the road. Speaking further, Senaratne noted that the traffic speed has increased yesterday compared to the first day when the new lane law was implemented. In addition, the number of road accidents too has gone down, he said. However, necessary changes will be made to the new traffic rules in the future, considering positive criticism. The Parliament will gather at 10 a.m. today. The first reading of the draft bill of the 20th Amendment to the Constitution was held yesterday. The opposition parties led by Samagi Jana Balavegaya protested against at that time. They tried to disrupt the parliamentary proceedings when Minister Ali Sabri presenting the draft bill. This report is from Anjana Leonaracci of SLBC News.
Parliament adjourned till today morning 10 a.m. There was a debate related with the assistant teacher's appointment yesterday afternoon. Minister Professor G.L. Peenis winds up the debate and says that assistant teachers who completed the degrees and proper training will have the permanent appointment. Yesterday morning at the Parliament, Minister Douglas Devananda stressed that the government concerned about the illegal fisheries tools in the Sri Lankan sea area. Indo-Sri Lanka illegal fisheries matter will solve with the cooperation of two country counterparts. 7 orders under the Finance Act, 5 regulations under the Foreign Exchange Act, and 30 orders under the Special Commodity Levy Act passed yesterday at the Parliament without vote count. Minister Bandula Gunawardena started the debate and State Minister Ajit Nimad Kabral winds up the debate. He stressed that government proposed a new export rules for local business. Minister Ali Zabri submitted the 20th Amendment to the Constitution to the Parliament yesterday morning. We hope to give more details and stay with us. I am Anjana Leonaracci, behalf of the SLBC News Division.
This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation giving you the news.
A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security. Call 0718 800 999.
Continuing with more stories here at home, the National Building Research Organization says that they have launched an investigation regarding the recently collapsed 5-storied building in the Bualikada area. The investigations will be focused whether the owners had followed the necessary authorizations before it was built. The NBRO says that another 2 more days will be taken to the investigations. That's local news.
An An important announcement from HDFC Bank. A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security. Call 0718 800 999. HDFC.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Vidya Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vidya Mahatmya.
And on the main news story, a common mechanism that will apply to the whole country for a strategic means to resolve issues arising from both water and waste management will be formulated. This was announced at a meeting chaired by Prime Minister's Secretary Gamini Senarath held at the Temple Trees. Officials from 15 state institutions, including the Ministry of Water Supply, Irrigation, Agriculture and Tanks, Reservoirs and Irrigation Development, Mahavali Infrastructure Development, Mahavali Authority, Department of Irrigation, among others, were present. The first meeting of the committee will be held next week under the leadership of Prime Minister, where the committee members will be expected to share their experiences and come to a common understanding on the way forward in keeping the policy of vistas of prosperity and splendor.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vidya Mahatmya. Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
And on What's Light, motorbike and three-wheeler tyre manufacturers in Sri Lanka point out that there is no shortage of motorbike and three-wheeler tyres locally. And therefore, there is no need whatsoever to import any. The companies further emphasize that their factories have the capacity to supply the demand for tyres locally and that they are already supplying products to the market, thereby fulfilling local needs. In the year 2019, 1.62 million rupees worth motorbike and three-wheeler tyres and tubes have been imported to the country.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of
People's Leasing, the trusted leader. From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
World News headlines. COVID death toll in the US passes 200,000. In climate change, China aims for carbon neutrality by 2060. EU to reveal mandatory rules on migration. World news in detail. The US coronavirus death toll has passed 200,000 according to data from Johns Hopkins University. More than 6.8 million people are known to have been infected in the US, more than in any other country. The milestone comes amid an increase in cases in a number of states, including North Dakota and Utah. In March, President Donald Trump said if deaths were between 100,000 and 200,000, the country would have done a very good job. The previous month, when 15 cases had been reported in the country, he predicted that the number was going to be close to zero within a couple of days. In the meantime, President Xi Jinping has announced that China will aim to hit peak emissions before 2030 and for carbon neutrality by 2060. Mr. Xi outlined the steps when speaking via video link to the UN General Assembly in New York. The announcement is being seen as a significant step in the fight against climate change. China is the world's biggest source of carbon dioxide, responsible for around 28% of global emissions. With global climate negotiations stalled and this year's conference of the parties postponed until 2021, there had been little expectations of progress on the issue at the UN General Assembly. However, China's president surprised the UN gathering by making a bold statement about his country's plans for tackling emissions. He called on all countries to achieve a green recovery for the world economy in the wake of the coronavirus pandemic. Finally, on world news, the European Union is set to detail new mandatory measures on managing migration, which has challenged the unity of the bloc for several years. The German-backed Migration Pact is expected to provide funding for member states in return for hosting refugees. It is also expected to focus on how EU states can share the task of taking in those arriving on Europe's shores. But as in previous years, the new proposals are likely to face opposition from some member states. Ever since the influx of migrants and refugees in 2015, mainly via Italy and Greece, the EU's 27 states have been divided over their response. That's on World News.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of
People's Leasing, the trusted leader. From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
And on development news, the government will shortly go in for a system where it will engage in all its procurements electronically, which will have a minimum annual saving of at least 30 billion rupees. It was reported that a finance ministry has studied similar systems which are operational in the regions such as India, Nepal and Bangladesh and devised this system which will be very beneficial to this country when implemented. Public procurement in Sri Lanka requires improving its efficiency, cost-effectiveness and competitiveness given the scarcity of limited resources. Introduction of e-government procurement is the way forward and is beneficial for both bidders and government agencies. That's on development news. And on sports news, Barcelona have agreed to let striker Luis Suarez join La Liga rivals Atletico Madrid. Suarez is not wanted at Barca and the Catalans were happy to release him for free providing he did not join certain other top clubs. The Uruguayan agreed terms on a reduced salary with Atletico after to move to Juventus fell through because of passport issues. Barcelona chairman Josep Maria Bartomeu then blocked the deal because he did not wish to sell to a Spanish rival. But after meeting with Suarez's representatives, the Catalan club have backed down with the striker threatening to air his grievances to the media. Atletico will have to pay a nominal fee of no more than 4 million euros for the 33-year-old, which will be based on variables such as Champions League qualification.
The wait is over and it's time for you to experience happiness. It's time to remap the graph for success. It's time to rebuild your empire. It's time to initiate your entrepreneur dreams. Empower your dreams with NSB Wings. Get your 2-year personal loan for just 7% per annum, starting from 500,000 rupees to 10 million rupees. All you need is just one guarantee. NSB Wings. Recharge the high goal.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
And on business news, a sale exhibition attempts of Batik Law entrepreneurship organized by the Batik Law District Small Industrial Development Unit was held recently. The aim of the program is to enhance the economic status of low-income families and upgrade the quality of handicrafts and local products. Iravurpattu Chenkaladi Divisional Secretary in Vilvaretnam launched the event at the Divisional Secretary premises. Locally made food items, clothes and fabrics, clay products, food items, horticulture, flower plants, organic manure used for growing vegetables and mango saplings were exhibited.
The wait is over and it's time for you to experience happiness. It's time to remap the graph for success. It's time to rebuild your empire. It's time to initiate your entrepreneur dreams. Empower your dreams with NSB Wings. Get your 2-year personal loan for just 7% per annum, starting from 500,000 rupees to 10 million rupees. All you need is just one guarantee. NSB Wings. Recharge the high goal.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Economic news, courtesy of
Just move on real time, save more, LOLC real time. Paying the premium for transactions, simply save now real time. Day night, no trouble for your transactions, LOLC real time. Download LOLC Finance real time app for your LOLC savings account. Attractive interest rates, transactions anytime, anywhere with a zero cost and more benefits.
And on economic news, fulfilling its role as the nation's pioneer in telecommunication services, the SLT Group successfully completed the President's directive of providing high-speed connectivity solutions to the Lankagama village recently. The SLT Group provided high-speed 4G LTE broadband and enhanced voice services within record time, despite the fact that the Lankagama village is located at the southern boundary of the Singharaja rainforest in the Nellua Divisional Secretariat Call district, posing severe logistical challenges. Further, the SLT Group also offered smart classroom solutions consisting of tabs, laptops, and school supplies, including stationery, thereby opening up a world of possibilities for the students in the remote village.
Congratulations on your promotion. It will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Weather report was sponsored by
CIB Janajaya Vasana 15th phase offer from 14th September to 11th October. Win gifts worth in 100,000s for every over 3,000 rupees bill. Visit CIB today.
And on the weather update, showers will occur at times in Sabaragamu province. Several spells of showers will occur in the western, central, north central and northwestern provinces and in Goal and Mathura districts. Showers or thunder showers may occur at several places in Uva province after 2 p.m. Strong gusty winds about 40 to 50 kilometers per hour can be expected across the northern, north central and northwestern provinces, Hambantota and Trincomalee district and in the western slopes of the central hills. Weather report was sponsored by
CIB Janajaya Vasana 15th phase offer from 14th September to 11th October. Win gifts worth in 100,000s for every over 3,000 rupees bill. Visit CIB today.
Back to the headlines. The President has decided to go among the people to give swift solutions to their grievances at village level. The President emphasizes that education is government's top priority. A change of the new lane law from today. The Parliament will gather at 10 a.m. today. And in foreign news, COVID death toll in the US passes 200,000. In sports, Barcelona agreed to sell striker Luis Suarez to Atletico Madrid.